Hello and welcome to another Experience Tea video about peppermint, which I have a lot written down right here, too much. I don't know if I'll cover everything I wrote down, or maybe I'll just try to summarize what I wrote down. But first of all, what is peppermint? Well, peppermint is a hybrid and it's a cross between watermint and spearmint. There's a bunch of mints, spearmint, chocolate mint. It's a hybrid of watermint and spearmint. So many mints. It's indigenous to Europe and the Middle East, and peppermint was first named by Carl Linnaeus. The latter just fell. Carl Linnaeus actually named like tons of plants, like a ridiculous amount of plants. If you're thinking of a plant and you're like, who named it? It's a pretty good guess. It's probably him. I say named because he didn't discover it. Somebody else discovered it, and then he put a name to it. So that's what he did. Peppermint is a really fast-growing plant also. It spreads much like a weed, even though a weed is something... What is a weed? Okay, so a weed is just a word we give to a plant that we don't want it to be there. A rose could be a weed if it's growing in some place you don't want it to grow. That's really what a weed is. And can you guess who produces the most peppermint? I'll pause the video, think about it. It's Morocco. Morocco is famous for its mint peppermint tea, so makes sense. Now when you think of peppermint, you're thinking of that cooling sensation. That cooling sensation is actually menthol. Menthol causes the cooling sensation that you get from eating, chewing, drinking peppermint oil. Now it's time to get science-y. Menthol is an organic compound made synthetically or obtained from the oil of mint. It is a waxy crystalline substance, clear or white in color, which is solid at room temperature and melts slightly above. Menthol actually produces that cooling effect by blocking the calcium current along the nerves responsible for detecting temperature. That's why it gets cold all of a sudden. Now if you get a tummy ache or you get sick, or you have a hangover. I had a hangover Christmas and I wanted to throw up in church, so I just kept eating mints. So mints, can help with nausea, but there's actually not enough scientific evidence to prove it. But from experience, it helps, but there's not enough scientific evidence to claim for matter of fact that it does. So there's that. Now it's time to get down to what this channel is all about. Tea. So what can you use peppermint in tea? Well, first of all, there's just peppermint tea. That's a thing. You just make peppermint tea. You can make spearmint tea, you can make chocolate tea. All herbs can pretty much be made out of tea. And they don't have caffeine because they're herbs. Unlike tea itself, which is from a plant, has caffeine in it. So if you're feeling sick and tired, and you're like, I don't want to drink tea though, it's going to wake me up, just drink some peppermint tea. Maybe it will settle your stomach down and relax you. Peppermint is also known for not only just the cooling sensation, but to freshen your breath. So you're going on a little date, you might want to drink a peppermint tea. Just a thought. Menthol from any type of mint, but peppermint has the most menthol, might also help with, headaches or migraines. So you have a headache, you can drink the peppermint tea, and not drinking the tea itself will help with the headache, but when you breathe in the vapors from the hot tea, it could help with headaches. So there's another use for peppermint tea. So right now I have a whole list of things peppermint oil could help with, so I'm just gonna list them off right now. There was a study that showed peppermint oil capsules can help reduce pain in children with a functional pain disorder. That being said, tea may also help, but it doesn't have near the amount of concentration that happens in peppermint oil itself. It just has some of the oil in peppermint tea. Peppermint oil is just the oil, if you can't tell by the name. Peppermint oil capsules were also shown to be effective at relieving menstrual pain as a mefenamic acid. Let me spell that. MEFENAMIC acid, which is a type of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Peppermint tea may also help, but not to the extent as oil capsules, like I said. Peppermint oil may also boost energy levels and help reduce harmful bacteria in your mouth. Bad breath. It may. More research. And now I wish you adieu, and hopefully you learned something from this. Bye. Have a good day. Take care.